Good morning, day 65. Didn't sleep very good last night. Everything was achy and sore, and I finally fell asleep around 2:15, something like that. Listened to mice run around the tent most of the night. Luckily they didn't come into the tent and do any damage. They just ran around and made a lot of noise. I got woken up by really noisy birds at about 5:30, so it's just after 6 now. Last night, as I tried to show, we made it into the 600-mile mark, and there was only a little, really small, cramped space, but we set up here anyways. But we made 600 miles. Holy crap. On weary legs, we did it. Jen's just inside trying to figure out what she wants for breakfast. Boiling some water here for coffee. And we have about 2 liters left. Well, I have 2 liters left. Jen has about 1.5 liters left. Just over a liter, and we have to make it about 2 miles to the water source, so we'll be able to do that. Yeah, just gonna pack up here and head on up the road. Jen's just rolling up the tent and trying to find the motivation to get moving. And then we roll up the Tyvek.
The quicker we leave, the quicker we can stop.
Excellent. So we're pretty much packed up here. Well, made it to the top of our first little bit of hill climb. It's now 7:30. I had some stir fry and rice this morning with buffalo chicken in it for breakfast. Much better than oatmeal, I tell you. Well, about a mile away from the water source. Looks like we're going downhill, which is kind of nice. Everything's still stiff and achy this morning, but better than it was last night, that's for sure. Just, if only we could manage to get into camp by like supper time and rest a little bit more and actually sleep so the body can heal itself would be really nice. The water source, it's just flowing right out of a little spring. They piped it in, so that's what we're gonna fill up our water with today. Just fill up the bottle and filter it in. I mean, some people don't worry about spring water, but I think it's best to filter it anyways. Oh, it's just around 9:30. We've just started to ascend another 700-foot climb. The sun is already extremely intense. The trail is very sandy today. Not as loose sandy as it was yesterday. There's a little bit more tree coverage around today, with little spots of shade that we can at least take a 10-second break and have a sip of water. Looks like there's about 6 miles to the next water source. So I'm just carrying 3 liters right now. I like to drink a lot of water to keep my body hydrated. Helps with muscle cramps a little bit more, I think. And then I don't have to conserve my water so much. I cameled up as well and drank a liter when we were at the little spring too. So. Princess backsplash and Captain Zarly Doug hiker pants was waiting for us at the spring. An extra hour more than we expected them to, and
it was nice to see them this morning.
it was really nice to see them. Yeah.
We're hoping to get to where they're camping tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we're going
15.
hopefully another 15 miles ahead. We'll see how it goes. Feeling okay right now. The knee is a little tender, but not as bad as it was yesterday. I'm definitely in better spirits today. Seems like every morning I'm in better spirits until I stop for lunch, sit down for an hour, and then my body's like, yeah, you're done. There's a few signs here. That says the trail. This one says it's a trail. That one says it's a trail. And that one says it's a trail. I think we're on trail. So yesterday we hiked from Golden Oak Spring at mile 583.3 to Robin Bird Spring at 602.1. It was a tough day. In my opinion, very comparable, if not tougher, than the climbs up San Jacinto. We ran into a girl, Denim, at the spring, at Robin Bird Spring, and she was maybe in her 20s, and she too was in agreement that yesterday was the toughest day so far on trail. But it was 21 miles to the water source, and we went 19, carrying 7 liters of water. And Princess Backsplash and Captain Zarly Doug hiker pants. They ended up going the full 21 because they were out of water. They didn't carry enough. It's a long, hot, dry stretch with a lot of elevation. I think it's like 2,000 foot of elevation in like 5 miles. It's a tough stretch. The heat makes it even tougher. So yeah, don't underestimate the water, that's for sure, guys. It definitely sets my mind at ease that we weren't the only ones struggling when people in their 20s are struggling too. Oh, this is so pretty through here. So we ended up walking past the water source, just climbed up to look at it, and it's not very pretty. It's kind of this stagnant water basin with lots of algae and greens and floaties and bugs. So we're gonna look in to see if we really need to get a leader here or not. So both Jen and I have a leader each. The next water source is 3 miles away. Because we're in the forest a little bit here, we don't seem to be drinking nearly as much, so I think we're gonna push forth. Just over a mile to the water source. I'm feeling pretty good. Second water source, easy to fill, nice and cold. Okay, the last hill climb is done. We have just over 6.5 miles to camp, and it's all downhill, so with luck we can walk a little quicker than our average 2 miles an hour and be at camp in about three hours, maybe a little bit even sooner if we don't stop for water. But we're gonna have to stop for water, I guess, so 3 hours probably. It is 4 o'clock now. Should be rolling in by 7 o'clock, I figure-ish. 1 mile to the water cache. There's a parking lot there. I'm not sure if we can camp there for the night. Both Jen and I are pretty done tonight. We've gone 15 miles, but this heat is just zapping our energy, considering we didn't actually sleep very well last night. So we'll see what we can do there. If not, it's 3 miles to camp. We have made it to the road. There's supposed to be a water cache here. Let's pray that there is. Oh my goodness. Look at all this water. Don't mean to kick up the dust, but level out a spot for us. We're just gonna camp here at the water cache. But we gotta level out a spot, otherwise we're gonna be rolling into each other all night long. I think that should do. Change of plans. It was really windy over on the roadside, so we're hiding behind this little shrub here, hoping that it'll do. We're gonna leave the doors open tonight. That way the wind blows through and completely doesn't destroy our tent. I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna just go find some rocks to put on the corner pegs. Well, here we are for the night. We made it 15.9 miles. It was a hot day, like insanely hot, and we had little sleep last night. So we've decided, you know what? There's a water cache here. Let's stay here for the night. That way we have some water for the morning's breakfast and coffee, and then we'll carry some water for what looks like 15 miles tomorrow before the next water cache. I tell you, if it wasn't for all these trail angels that put these water caches out here, we would be in trouble. So thank you very much, all you trail angels that put these water jugs out here for us. I ended up finishing very strong today. I dug deep, got out of my own head, and told myself that I came out here to do this, and I'm not going home yet. So we'll see you down the trail. Okay, one little excerpt here. Had to set up my sleeping pad as a wind block so we could cook on this side because it's so windy. And tonight Jen is having chicken and dumplings with vegetables, and I am having sweet potatoes with bacon bits and onions and jalapenos. It's really tasty. And Jen is taking care of those feet.
I'm trying to wash my feet. They're so bad.
Legend always says, take care of your feet. Life is good today.